Hi, my name is Rajesh Valuri and welcome to my video. In this video, I'm going to show you how I install an Nvidia GPU onto my existing Windows machine. That machine already has an Intel 14th generation i9 CPU and 96 gigs of DDR5 memory. However, the machine was not powerful enough to do all my Davinci Resolve workflows. So I've decided to upgrade with an NVIDIA GPU. And this video shows you the physical and software changes that I had to make this work. As you can see, the very first step is to make sure you shut down the machine, disconnect all the cables, and make room for the PCIe NVIDIA GPU. Forgive me for the shoddy cable management. I'm not very good at this. So if you have any comments, suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. But yeah, go easy on me. This is my second time installing a full-on GPU. So the GPU was, like I said, it's a Nvidia GeForce 5070 Ti. It's a beautiful GPU and very well researched. And it doesn't come with any of the RGB flashy things because that's additional cost and there's no actual functional value. So I just chose to use the no frills GPU. So one thing you need to make sure is before you buy a GPU, you have to make sure the physical dimensions actually are compatible with the case that you have. Otherwise, it'll be a big hassle to make the GPU fit the case. Luckily, this part of for me was okay because I took the measurements before I actually bought it. By the way, LLMs are a great way to ensure the measurements, etc. So you can just ask like Claude or ChatGPT or Gemini if your GPU fits this particular case, and I mean you still have to validate the outputs, but they were pretty helpful. So as you can see, I was installing the GPU, and then the next thing is to connect this GPU to the power supply. The funny thing is, power supply, if you see, GPUs require like really high amounts of power, especially this one. The cables I had didn't work. The cables that came with the GPU or the power supply, neither of them worked. So I actually had to buy one from Amazon. It took me a couple days to find it and fetch it, but at the end it worked out. So once the GPU is installed physically and everything is in place, the very first thing you have to do is to uninstall the display drivers for the you have to uninstall the display drivers for the integrated GPU that comes with the Intel processor. For that, I use this piece of software called DDU, Display Drivers Uninstaller. It's not a very imaginative name, but it gets the job done. So you download this, use this to uninstall the display drivers, and that's it. So you run the uninstaller. It gives you what drivers are currently. It shows you what drivers are currently installed and what you can uninstall. And yeah, so before you actually uninstall though, you need to create a restore point for your Windows machine to just ensure if something goes wrong, you can roll back. And after that, download the NVIDIA drivers as well. Usually, the website has the installers based on the model, make and model. So I needed the 5070i. I don't know why I downloaded 5090i, but yeah, it's the same thing. It's just install the drivers, and Yeah, this is the restore point I was talking about. So once you create the restore point, just reboot the machine in safe mode. Yeah, you cannot uninstall while you're not in regular mode. So by the way, I got lucky because Nvidia gave me a free copy of Pragmata. I haven't played video games in a very long time because of my nausea kind of thing. But surprisingly, I think the progress in GPUs and the renders and latency meant this when I tried this game this time around, it was beautiful. I had no health issues and I was able to enjoy it. I might actually make a video about that game later. So once the installation is complete, we just need to check a few things. So this is basically NVIDIA control panel, which tells us how the GPU is performing. It shows us the settings, the specs. And here we can see the CUDA cores, memory, and what else? Like I think it shows the VRAM as well. And yeah, this is basically technical specs. And then it also, if you go to the control panel, task manager, you can see the GPU is replaced by the Intel GPU now. The Nvidia GPU in place of Intel. And then you can see that the GPU VRAM is 16 gigs, 16 gigs of VRAM. Now we can also see that the NVIDIA driver is showing in the device manager as well. And then when you go to display settings, both my displays are not 4K displays. Neither of them is 4K. So when I look at the resolution, it doesn't show 4K. But if you have either a 4K or an 8K monitor, then you'll be able to see the resolution. And the last thing we check before we finish is the specs for the graphics card. So before it was Intel, and now it's it's obviously Nvidia, but it actually shows all the properties or specs and their performance. It'll also show you the temperature, how hot the GPU is getting. I mean, clearly there's not a lot of load on this GPU at this point, but in case, like if you're ever suspicious of anything while in the middle of a an intense GPU intense workload, then you can come here and check to see if everything's okay. That's it. So we have installed a brand new GPU on an existing machine, and we are in business. We can play video games. We can do something useful, like we can do video editing. We can do all sorts of things. So the next project would be to install Gemini locally and see how it performs. So watch out for that video. Thanks for watching.